welcome to Romantic Wednesdays with Poetry. I'm Alisa Agnes, your host, and I believe it's time to get real and spill some tea or coffee. So, today I will continue talking about fun, love, and experiments, and today you will learn more about You Are My Tree, X20, and Mrs. Spring. And this first title, You Are My Tree, is the best, example of what experiments meant to me, during that period of time. Because, it's literally a part of this title, X20. So, I think at first I will try to explain this to you. So the first line of this poem goes like, always misunderstood, and to say how many times I added this X20 to the title. So it's like, completing this idea which appears in this poem at the very, beginning. So, I think I also need to tell you why the second poem is called Mrs. Spring. Well, in Polish it's just Pani Wiosna, and it sounds very natural. But when I thought about the right translation, I felt like it could be Miss Spring or Mrs. Spring, and I feel like these two titles of a woman are totally fine in this case, but I feel like Mrs. Spring gives more dignity, and in my mind Mrs. Spring is a wife of Mr. Winter. But it's just my interpretation, and for you it can be just a Miss Spring. So feel free to read here whatever you want to. Okay, so titles I explained, so I guess it's time to read you these two poems, and later I will tell you even more about this. So, You Are My Tree, X20. Here it is. Always misunderstood, but you are my tree. You are a breath of desert. You are an Arctic sun. You are a blade of grass. You are a king of life. You are everything that earth holds, and you will never go away without me. I will bloom under your lush leaf like a rose bush. I will hold your cheek bark. I will die with you, my lord. So it's a very funny story because it's not about God or something like that. It's just about the love to a man, and you try to find as many metaphors which are unusual as possible. So you say things like, you are a tree, you are a breath of desert, an Arctic sun, a blade of grass, you are a king of life, in other words. And later I have, the explanation here of what be a tree means. It's like imagining this very special relationship that nature has. So it's like sometimes you see some bushes all around trees, and I thought of a tree which is so close to a rose bush, and this way I created this kind of metaphor that I think I wanted to tell my man how much he meant to me. So I created this kind of image, and this is what being a tree means to me. So I hope you really like this poem. I really, really do. But I feel like I can't say too much about this. Well, maybe, if you check out my Instagram or actually YouTube, you can find there videos with these poems, and in the description I always write these poems. So when you look at this poem, you will see that some words were written with capital letters, and it was just all about showing which words are the most meaningful here. So when you look at this, you will realize that all those names you give your man are written with the capital letters. So this is such an additional thing that I can add to this poem, and I think I can move on to the second one. Mrs. Spring. Well, this poem is also very close to nature, and in a minute you will see why. So here it is. Oh, my green friends. Oh, my fluffy friends. Oh, my aromatic friends. Oh, nature, my sister. Sandals I put on, white dress I put on, pink lips send smiles. I'm running to you, guys. So here we have the moment of preparation of Mrs. Spring to kind of come out and just go out, and it's about hearing of those friends of hers calling her names. So it's like nature is her sister, so all flowers, all animals, and all creatures that are green are like her children. So she hears that they call, they are her friends, and it's literally just about this moment when Mrs. Spring hears all of this and she wakes up. And this is just a metaphorical way of describing what is happening when winter is disappearing and spring comes. So it's about a fluffy dress. I don't know if you mean what I mean. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's just about changing those clothes to some lighter that give you summer vibes, and it's just about preparing to meet with the nature, literally. So this is what Mrs. Spring is about, and I don't know, maybe you saw my store, and last spring I created such a spring collection that was inspired by this poem, and if you like this concept and those flowers and you want to match with your man, then you can check out my store. Just search for alisaagnes.com, and there you have a button called store, and there you will find this collection, these t-shirts. Yep. So I think it's all that I can tell you today, so I guess it's time to tell you what will happen in the next episode. So I will tell you more about my home and about a poem which is called A Wordplay with a Lover or Uncertainty. These two poems are kind of different than these two that you heard today, but they are kind of different than my previous poetry, and I hope you will like this as much as you like this episode. I really hope so. So that's all that I can tell you today. You know what to expect, so I guess it's time to tell you. Until next time. Bye!